Hey guys, this is Eric again, and in this video, we're going to take a look at Figma number 243, Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. So I had this guy ever since he first came out, but unfortunately, I do not have the pre-order bonus. I wish I did though, because at the time, I didn't know we can order straight off from Good Smile Company. But yeah, now I know, and I regretted it. But here's the right side of the box. And here's the left side of the box. I never really done much with the figure. I literally just took it out and make sure everything's okay and put it right back into the box. But I've seen almost all the YouTube videos out there, and I think the main issue with this figure is the face sculpt. Like, the prototype looks absolutely gorgeous, but the actual product looks nothing close to what we have over here, especially the grinding teeth. I'm pretty sure most of you already know what to expect, but we're just gonna go over it a little bit. And let's jump straight into the box and see what we got. Alright, so here we have the figure itself still in the packaging. And as you guys can see, he came with quite a lot of stuff. But for the $80, I feel like they could have given us a little bit more. Perhaps like another faceplate or something. I hate it when imported figures just give you like one faceplate, because that is actually their strong point. They're very good at making these faces and it's swappable. You feel like you're getting like, you know, 3 figures in one box, but you know, this is acceptable. I really don't know what else to ask for. There's weapons, there's effect parts, and there's rack of hands, but that's about it. Let's jump straight into the figure and see what we got. Alright, so here we have the figure itself, and despite all the negative comments on the face sculpt, I still think it looks really good. It just looks a little bit different from the promo pictures, and I wish they give him a little bit more mustache, but this looks really good to me. I really don't have that much problem with it. And let's take a look at the box again, just so you guys can see the face sculpt right here. So this is what it's supposed to look like, which is kind of different, but again, I think it's fine. Like, I'm really happy with how this turned out. And look at all the details on the body. I think the hand is a little bit long, like the arms, not the hand. Like, this is a little bit on the long side, but I think it's okay. That's like my only problem with it, just by looking at the proportion. And I think they put a lot of plastic on this guy. This guy is especially tall for Figma. And here I have the Figma Makoto, and Makoto is really tall. And he's almost the same size as Makoto, so you know, they use a lot of plastic on him. I guess that's probably one of the reasons why he doesn't come with too many accessories, because you know, they already spent a lot of money on the body sculpt itself. And look at all this detail. It looks really good. I don't remember if the color is accurate or not, and to be honest, Sons of Liberty is probably my favorite look on the snake. And I really wish they make a write-in from Sons of Liberty. Maybe include a katana or something. And that really cool mask. Anyways, let's get straight into the articulation and see what. Alright, so for the articulation, snake is what you would expect from a regular Figma, but the way they did the joints on the neck and the shoulder is kind of different. For instance, you can move up and down like this, no problem, and you can turn like that. But I tried to swap the head for the other Figma, but you can't really do that because he's kind of on his own design over here. Because like Makoto over here, I tried to swap it, but you can't really do that. Like, this thing is on a ball, so you can't really remove that. And yeah, that's unfortunate because it would have been really cool though if you can just use the snake body. And the way they designed the shoulder is kind of different. Like, it's done like this in a ball. I think they did it this way because you can get snake into a prone position where you can just, you know, hide on the ground and then kind of look up a little bit like that. You know, I'm just gonna try to do it. So the main purpose for him to do this, like all the snake figures, they tend to try to do that. And the torso is designed for that as well. Like, you can get this torso like extended, so he can kind of like, you know, do that. I'm not gonna do too much of that. And some people don't really know this, but it gets kind of flimsy when you try to like pull this out. But you can actually tighten this a little bit, so it will just stay really solid. But they never really explained that in the instruction manual for the Figmas. But Makoto has the same design. I'm going to show you guys right here. So what you do is you kind of pull this out. You can't really hear that, but this thing becomes really loose after you pull that out. But you can actually tighten this by doing that. So this thing is not as loose. Yeah, that's one thing to notice. And he has he doesn't really have bicep swivel, but you can do bicep curl no problem. And this thing is on a newer ball, like all the newer Figmas. And the leg swivels and moves around that much. Go like that, and this whole thing right here is a rubber piece, so it doesn't hinder articulation as much. You can kick that high, And that's it for the articulation. Let's jump straight into the accessories. Alright, so for the accessories, he came with this tool for you to adjust the eyeball on the first face. I forgot to mention, which is over here. You can do that. And some people are probably familiar with that. I really never bothered to do that though, because I never look at my figure that closely. And some extra joints if you lose it. And these really tiny cigarettes. And unfortunately, I'm not going to open this because I don't really want to lose it. Because the way they package it, it's really easy for you to lose it. And of course, the Figma stand. And I'm going to show you guys the rack of hands as well. And we're going to assemble these one by one later. And there's a lot of trigger holding hands and just one display open hands. And I like how they do this because a lot of soldiers, they have to do this when they're holding a machine gun where, you know, they can't put their trigger finger inside. That's a really, really good attention to detail. And this is just when he's holding the gun. Anyway, so I swapped the face out as well. And this face doesn't really look that good, but it does kind of look cartoonish though. So I think it's okay for in certain angles. But yeah, not my favorite though, not my favorite. Anyways, let's take a look at some other stuff. So here we have the display open hands, and that looks pretty good. It's really standard. There's really not much to talk about. He can be ready to do some wrestling move, and that's really cool. So here I have the trigger holding hands and the Figma holding hands, and that looks really good. He can pull off the CQC without any issues, and this is the closer look of the gun. And this is actually from a third party. Do let me know if you want to purchase this. I'll give you the link. And yeah, that looks really good. So Snake also came with this machine gun, and that looks really good. It's really, really well sculpted. I like what Figmas are doing with these. Although there are a lot of third parties on guns, but you know, these Figma ones are really, really nice, and they're already painted. And here's the effect parts, and you can just plug that in by doing so, and that looks pretty good. And that's check out what it looks like for him to hold it. Alright, so here's Snake assembled with a machine gun, and as you guys can see, it looks fantastic. He looks so good with this. But one thing to mention is that these hands are actually one of the toughest ones I've had to work with. It's so hard to put it on. Like, if you don't use blow dryer or hot water, you're bound to chip the paint. But other than that, he looks really good. So lastly, Snake also came with this pair of cigarette holding hands. I'm just going to show you guys what it looks like. I'm not going to assemble it because I didn't open my cigarettes. I apologize for that. And he came with this piece where you can just put it on the table or a flat surface. And he also came with a pair of hands for you to do that, so it will look like he can hang on the cliff. I'm going to show you guys on the picture. I'm not going to do it. And I apologize for it. This is what it will look like. Yeah, that looks pretty good, but I don't think I'm ever gonna do that. Anyways, let's jump straight into the size comparison and see why. Alright, so before the size comparison, I forgot to mention he also came with a signature box he came with. It's like a box of oranges, and he just hides in it. And you can assemble these with glue, but I'm not gonna do that for collection purposes. I apologize for it again. And here I have Bruce Lee from SH Figuarts, and that looks really good. This is what it will look like next to Bruce Lee. And I'm going to compare it with the, this is the Revoltag Venom Snake. And, you know, Venom Snake is obviously on a bigger scale. But I'm not sure, I don't think they're in scale, actually. It's kind of off, I don't know. Because Venom Snake, it's buffer, though. But I don't think it's that much bigger. I'm not too sure. Like, we can never know, because they never appeared at the same time. And this is Levi from Attack on Titans, from Figma, of course. And I have Gong and Killua over here. I'm just gonna show you guys right here. I don't think they're in scale. Like, I mean, they're not from the same video game or anime, so it's understandable that they're not too in scale. And here is Makoto from Free. They're about the same. Makoto is still taller though. Like, I'm not sure if I fully extend the figure for Snake, it will make him taller, but you know, that's that. And here's Premium Color Edition Trunks, SH Figuarts. And this one is a little bit more recent. This is Motoko from, I think, from Ghost in the Shell. Yeah. Check out my reviews for her too, and she's pretty good. Here I have Caesar from JoJo Bizarre. Caesar is a really, really tall fella, so I also have a review for him if you're interested in JoJo Bizarre. And here we have All Time Disappointment Naruto over here. This face is not too bad though. This is like the only face that works. But I feel like they give him a little bit more meat on the face. He just looks too skinny. And I have Persona 4U. That looks really good. Alright, so let's put him next to some of the figures I have over here. That is the McFarlane Master Chief. I wish we have like a 6-inch Master Chief though, not these 4-inch. But this is what he will look like next to that is the, I believe, the Diamond Select Venom and some NECA Heroes of Storm characters and Hulk, Figma Spider-Man, and Awakening Goku. Yeah, and that's that. And let's check out what I have behind the backdrop. I apologize. Just wait for it. I'll try to assemble this. All right. It doesn't look as good as I thought. I changed my setup a little bit because I got a new shelf. And here we have him next to some of the Star Wars figure. And those cloth cape are really cool. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that cloth cape later. And of course, there's Kylo Ren behind Luke. I think you guys are more familiar with the Star Wars figures. And there's Captain America and Thor. And here I have the Kamen Rider Eternal, which is one of my favorite. What else do I have over here? And I have Kakashi over here in the cloth cape. Let me just try to focus a little bit. Maybe I can remove the hair. And so Kakashi's still significantly taller. Kakashi's, I'm not sure if I should call it like too tall, but you know, Kakashi's on the taller side. But I'm pretty sure they did their math and everything. And this Figma from Steins Gate. And this is Okabe Rintaro. And I have Raiden over here, I believe. Alright, let me just try to move Raiden over here. And this is the Revoltech Raiden. They're pretty good in scale, I think. And I really hope, I already said this, but they release a Metal Gear Solid 2 Raiden. That would be really cool. I'll be all over it. Anyways, this is what he will look like next to the figure, and this is for the size comparison. And let's jump straight into the final thoughts. Alright, so for the final thoughts, I still highly recommend the figure despite some of the issues people have. And the first one being that the face sculpt looks nothing like the promo picture. But, you know, in my opinion, he still looks really good. It is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. And I still like how it turned out. And the other issue is that it is quite expensive. I'm not too sure if it's the intellectual property or just Metal Gear being very famous in the States. They can just, you know, make it very expensive. And it's Kojima, it's Smash Brother, he's everything, right? But he is around $80 with shipping when I first got him. And I don't think the price has gone up too much. And I think there's a really good chance for him to get reissued, but you know, you're still gonna pay around $80. And I just checked on Amazon last time, and he is still around $80, but without the Prime shipping. But yeah, he is really good. I just hope that he came with a little bit more, maybe a faceplate, you know, the pre-order bonus gun, or a CQC knife would be really good touch. But yeah, the soldier is coming out, and I'm actually getting it, like, you know, those little soldiers like Snake kills in the video game. Those looks really good with the shotgun, but shotgun being a pre-order bonus, I'm not sure. But yeah, I will be reviewing Figma Leonidas 300 maybe tonight at the time of this video, because I'm actually getting him within a few hours. It's around 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. right now that I'm filming this. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And this is Eric. I'll see you guys in the next video.